What's up, fellas? So you see I'm doing this, setting the TPS on this because I realized I hadn't set it since I put it on. So the truck, been driving it back and forth to work. Uh, Even took the wife for a ride in it the other day, went to Lowe's. It's running decent. It's still got some issues, still got a check engine light. And I pull the codes on it, it acts like it's trying to be a couple different things because some of the codes will be like three-digit codes, and some will be two. So I pulled the processor out and looked at it, and it looks like somebody's been in there before. They soldered some caps and they soldered a trace. So I think, I hadn't decided for sure, but I'll probably convert it to mass air. Just looking at the options for that. You know, I mentioned it before, but I can't tune this. I got to get I'd have to get maybe send a processor and to get overhauled. I got this. It was like 1.1, almost 1.2. So I got it turned back down to 0.96. I had to slot the holes in the TPS sensor a little bit, but got that dialed in. It don't need to be 0.99 like, you know, the internet miss. When you turn the key on, the processor takes that signal, whatever it is, and uses that as the base. So, you know, below 0.99 is anywhere in there is fine. It don't need to be like the old internet myth, you know, got to have it at 0.99 so you get wide open throttle quicker. You can do that in the tune. So all you have to do to check the TPS is ground your lead on the meter, you know, your ground, and then run your hot to the green, and then check where it's at using the DC voltage. Pretty simple. You know, gotta have the key on, of course. And I'm sure you can tell by that sound, the stereo is in. Turned out okay. I'm not 100% happy with it, but it's all right. It looks, I mean, it sounds decent. Speakers are trash, so I got to get some new ones for it. Put the gauges all back together after I painted the needles. And first couple times I ran it, the speedometer didn't work. So I was wondering what the hell was wrong with it. So I had to take it back apart. And then I found that when the paint on the needle dried, it stuck to that little post at the bottom. So once I popped it loose, it works. Although sometimes if you're going down the road, you realize the speedometer's not working, so you gotta give a little percussion maintenance there, and then it fires right off and goes back to what it's doing, what it's supposed to. But I figured that's kind of cool for an old truck. So I'm not, you know, got to bang at it once in a while, get something to work. That just adds to the flavor of the old truck. So I guess that's about it for now. Now that this is kind of running and driving and stuff, I can run it and drive it, and then start. Underneath that red towel is the engine from the old trooper car, or that I had on the trooper car. The other white towel is the engine from the pickup. So I'm checking for valve clearance just to see on the flat top engine, just to see if it'll clear with that cam, because now I can get the LTD in the garage and start prepping it for the different engine. Take the 331 out because it's burns oil, and I got to get new tires for it before I can take it to the track and whoop up on Eric. Maybe he's got to get his end. I got a set of his Explorer heads that I've got to do next month and get those back to him so he can bring his LTD out to play. So that's it. I'm gonna wrap this up and get her on the internet. So there's really not much left to do until I decide what to do with that. Either convert it to mass air, like I said, or just leave this. I kind of torn. Unless I can get this where I can tune it good, mass air might be the better option. And I've heard guys on the interweb forums say that they can usually get a couple 3 miles to the gallon more out of a mass air truck than they can a speed density truck. So we'll see. Stay tuned for more later on. All right, appreciate y'all. Later.